Hey, how's it going everyone? It's your boy Rennoc here, and I attempted to beat Pokemon X with only fighting types. Here are the rules. I must nickname all my Pokemon. I can only catch one fighting type Pokemon, or a Pokemon that evolves into a fighting type in the area. However, horde encounters are okay. I cannot use items in battle. Set mode must be on, and finally a level cap of the strongest boss Pokemon. I start off with Chespin since Chestnut is part fighting. I then beat up Shauna and tell my mom I'm leaving. Adios. I then head to Route 22 and pick up a Riolu. After some grinding, I challenge Viola, and thanks to Alexander knowing rollout, I then head over to a garden area to find a Ralts. However, the Ralts ends up being a female which is not able to evolve into Gallade, so that area is burnt. I then make my way to Professor Sycamore, who then challenges me. He starts off with Bulbasaur, so I have Alexander use Bite to chip its health down. I then use Rollout, which eventually kills the Bulbasaur. Charmander gets one-shotted, and Squirtle as well. He then offers me one of the starters, so I pick Charmander and box him. I then head to a cafe where I meet Lysandre and Diantha, having the strangest conversation, but who am I to judge? I then catch Pancham. Alexander then evolves after beating up two little girls. I then destroy Tierno with Alexander. Then get my horde counter, and after getting down to one Scraggy, I catch it. Shauna and I then help this rich guy find his Furfrou, and we receive the Poke Flute to wake up the Snorlax. I then kill the Snorlax for some XP. I then encounter a Krogan and catch it. I then encounter a Meditite and catch it. I then find a Minfew and catch it. So many freaking encounters early on, my gosh. However, due to a Dragon Rage from an Axew, Pancham dies. Great. Minfew then joins the team. I head into a laboratory to find out that the fossil guy is still in a cave, so I head my way to the cave. I encounter a Machop and catch it. The Team Flare member gets in my way and insists on fighting, so I fight him. I'm able to beat him without much trouble. I beat up the rest of the members and find the fossil guy, who gives me a fossil. After grinding my team, Videl the Riolu evolves. I then challenge Grant. I start off with Lucario, knowing that Tyrant would be my main threat. Videl is able to one-shot the Amora. However, the Tyrant takes a bit longer to kill, but I eventually kill, earning my second badge. I then make it to Route 10 and find a Hawlucha and catch it. Karina then challenged me with her two Lucarios, but I was able to beat her. I then encounter a Hariyama, thinking, oh boy, good tank, for it to then use Whirlwind. Ugh. I went ahead and moved on. I find my way to the Mega Expert guy, however he only has one Mega Ring, so I have to fight Serena for it. However, Meditite ends up dying in the process, along with Scrafty and Krogunk. I'm able to beat her, and now it was time to challenge Karina. This was the hardest gym fight. I start off with Minfew to take out her Minfew. I then swap into Machop to take the hit from Hawlucha. Alice is able to take her Hawlucha out and finish Machop out. I then fight Karina again to prove my worthiness to use the Mega Stone and obtain the gift Lucario. I beat her with him and name him Goku. Serena then challenges me. I start off with Minfew to use Fake Out, but her Meowstic outspeeds and lands her Fake Out on Minfew. I then switch into Alexander, who is able to get a bite off, but I then have to switch into Videl, who is able to kill it. She then kills Braixen and destroys Absol. I then challenge Ramos. I start off with Hawlucha, who kills Jump Bluff and Go-Goat. I switch into Minfew so that Hawlucha doesn't die. Minfew then kills Weeping Bell with Acrobatics. On my way back to Luminous City, a factory has been taken down by Team Flare. Great. However, it takes me a while to find the key to get into the factory. Alexander then evolves into a Chestnut. I then find the key and make my way into the factory. After beating up the several weak grunts, I make my way to the boss. However, she only has a mighty Anna, so yeah, Hallelujah was able to kill it. I then make my way to challenge Clement. I start off with Lucario to try and kill the Emolga with Rock Tomb, but it survives and gets off a Volt Switch. So Magneton comes out, so I have Videl use Bone Rush, which kills it. He then sends out Heliolisk, which dies eventually after being healed. His last Pokemon is Emolga, who has Quick Attack. So I choose to switch into Minfew, but his Emolga ends up sweeping me. So I tried again, and this time Videl is able to sweep his team. On my way to Route 6, I am challenged by Karina. I start off with Videl since most of our team are psychic types. Videl kills Meowstic, Delphox then comes out. I have Videl use Bone Rush, but it's not enough to kill and dies. Alice comes in, survives a side beam, and kills the Delphox. Absol comes out and dies immediately. After the battle, I go and switch Videl with Goku. Since I never added a species clause, I find a Poliwag and catch it. It then evolves into Poliwhirl and evolves into Poliwrath. I then challenge Valerie. I start off with Goku so that I can set up Sword Dance against the Mawile. I get 2 off, and then I Mega Evolve and then use Bone Rush, which kills the Mawile. Mr. Mime is next, but gets one-shotted by Shadow Claw. Sylveon is next, but I had no super effective moves for it, so I used Shadow Claw. But however, it ends up surviving the attack. I then use Power Up Punch, knowing that she would use a Hyper Potion. I then use Shadow Claw and win the match. I then head to the Pokeball Factory to then find out that it was taken over by Team Flare. Can't they just leave it alone? So I go in and beat up the grunts and make my way to the bosses of this raid. Serena joins to help fight them. I start off with Goku, who is able to kill the Leopard with 2 power-up punches. I then Mega Evolve and finish Manectric with Bone Rush. They then flee and I obtain the Master Ball. I then head to Dende Mill Town and find out that there's a cave with interesting Pokemon, so I go investigate, like a typical white person. I kid. But I find a Team Flare person harassing an Abomasnow. I beat up the first grunt without trouble, and then their group boss fights me. I start off with Hallelujah, and she only has a Houndoom, so yeah, it was a quick win. I then make my way to Enistar City, where Serena decides to challenge me. I start off with Chi-Chi to fake out the Meowstic, but she outspeeds and gets her own fake out on Chi-Chi. I then decide to have Chi-Chi use U-turn. Luckily, she survives the disarming voice and lands the U-turn. I then bring out Goku and Mega Evolve him and have him use Power Up Punch to raise his attack. He then kills Meowstic with Shadow Claw. Delphox then comes out. Goku uses Bone Rush. I was hoping that it would kill, but it doesn't. However, Delphox goes for Psychic, which allows Goku to live and finish it with Shadow Claw. Jolteon comes out, so I switch into Chi-Chi since I wasn't sure if Jolteon would outspeed Goku or not. Chi-Chi is able to kill the Jolteon with 2 drained punches. Absol is then next and gets one-shotted. I then make it to Olympia. I start off with Goku, Mega Evolve, and set up Sword Dances. After 2 Sword Dances, Goku kills her team with Shadow Claw. However, the Slowking put Goku to sleep, so I was very nervous, but he wakes up and kills the Meowstic. After beating Olympia, I make my way to Lyssandra's cafe where its secret base is located. I beat up the cafe people to get to the base. Lysandra then confronts me. He starts off with a Minfew and I start off with Bruce. I switch into Alice as he goes for Sword Dance. Alice is able to kill the Minfew with Aerial Ace. Murkrow is next. It takes a fly and an Aerial Ace to kill it. Gyarados then comes out and I switch into Bruce to take advantage of Water Absorb. Bruce then tanks an Outrage and gets a Rock Tomb off. I then switch into Goku since Steel type resists Dragon. The Gyarados then gets confused. I'm able to get a clean sword dance since Gyarados hurts itself. Goku then kills it with Shadow Claw. His last Pokemon Pyro comes out, which Goku KO it with Power Up Punch. I then make it to the side boss that has the elevator key. Bruce kills Houndoom with 2 Power Up Punches. Weavile then comes out and gets obliterated. She then gives me the key and I make my way back to the elevator. After going down the elevator, I find Lysandra and a strange old man who tells his boring story. Ain't nobody got time to be listening to this story. I then fight his top scientist. I start off with Goku and set up a lot of sword dances and then kill his Crobat with Shadow Claw. Next is Malamar, who dies to a Shadow Claw as well. I then go to their other base and fight Lysandra a second time. I start off with Alice, who kills his Minchao with Fly. He then brings out Honchkrow. I then swap into Goku, I Mega Evolve him, and it takes 2 Rock Tombs to kill it. Pyro comes out, so I switch into Bruce. Bruce kills the Pyro, then Gyarados comes out, so I switch into Chi-Chi, who's able to survive the earthquake and get the fake out off. I predict the Aqua Tail and swap into Alexander. He's able to survive 3 outrages and finishes Gyarados off with Seed Bomb. Unfortunately, due to a corruption, I don't have the footage for the 3rd battle, but pretty much I catch Xerneas and kill Lysandra with it for story reasons. I head to Route 18 and catch a Girder. Chi-Chi then evolves. I then fight Professor Sycamore. Alice kills Venusaur. Blastoise comes out, so I switch into Alexander, which after spamming Power Up Punch, it died. Charizard comes out, and out of luck, freaking AI being weird here, he goes for Slash. Of all the moves, Slash, which allows Alexander to one-shot it with Rollout. I don't get the AI here, but alright. Shauna then challenges me. I start off with Goku, and after Mega Evolving and 2 Sword Dances, he kills her team. Tyranno then comes and challenges me to get destroyed. He starts off with Talonflame. Goku Mega Evolves and kills it with Rock Tomb. Crawdon gets obliterated. Roserade is last and dies to 2 Shadow Claws. Trevor then challenges me. He starts off with Raichu, who dies to Mega Goku's close combat. Florges comes out and it takes a close combat and a Shadow Claw to kill it. Aerodactyl comes out and dies to a Rock Tomb. I then go to some woods to find Wolfric. I eventually find him and he heads back to the gym. I then go and challenge him. He starts off with Abominable Snow, so I start off with Chi-Chi. After many tedious attacks, he eventually dies to Acrobatics. Cryogonal comes out, but dies to Chi-Chi's Drain Punch. Avalugg comes out. Chi-Chi isn't able to do much to it, so I use U-turn to switch into Goku, and after Mega Evolving it with 2 close combats, I make my way through the Victory Road, and about halfway Serena challenges me. I start off with Alice, but decide that I needed Goku out instead. I then Mega Evolve him and set up a Sword Dance and kill the Meowstic with Shadow Claw. Delphox gets killed by a Shadow Claw as well. Jolteon dies to close combat along with Altaria and Absol. I make my way to the Elite Four. I challenge Malva first since her team is relatively weaker to mine. I start off with Chi-Chi, who kills her Pyroar with a Fake Out and a Drain Punch. Talonflame comes out and I have no good switch-ins, so Chi-Chi must take one for the team. Bill comes out and is able to take a Brave Bird and kill it with Stone Edge. Torkoal is up next and I switch into Alice, negating the Earthquake. I set up with some Sword Dances and with a critical Flying Press, the Torkoal is taken down. Chandelure comes out and is sent back to the Shadow Realm, giving us the win. I challenge Seabold next. I have Alex up front to farm up attack stat with Power Up Punch. He kills the Clawitzer. Starmie comes out, so I have to switch. Goku is able to kill it with Shadow Claw. Gyarados is next. I swap into Bruce since he can absorb a water attack and tank an earthquake and has Rock Tomb. Bruce kills it with a few Rock Tombs. Barbarical comes out and it takes a bit of power up punches to kill it. Wickstrom is the next member I challenge. I taught Alex Shadow Claw so that he can set up with the Clef Key using power up punch. The Clef Key dies and Aegis Lash is next, which dies to a critical Shadow Claw. Alex then sweeps the rest of his Pokemon, leaving one Elite Four member left. Drasna's team is very challenging, but I was able to think of a strategy. I start off with Bill to chip some damage off Dragold, but dies in the process. Goku is sent out since he has Dragon Pulse and is able to kill Dragold. Noivern comes out, I get a Swords Dance off and kill it with close combat. Goku is then able to sweep her team. It's finally time to see if these fighting types can overthrow Diantha and win us the champion title. I start off with Alice. She gets a Sword Dance off and kills the opposing Hawlucha. However, she ends up poisoned, so I decided that the best thing to do is keep Alice out. Rose is the next victim. Tyrantrum comes out and ends Alice's run. She was quite the trooper and will be gladly missed. Goku is next, with the odds against him, but he's able to power up with Sword Dance and avenges Alice. Gudra comes out. I get another Sword Dance off and then get lucky that it misses the Focus Blast, allowing Goku to kill it with one move, as if he were to gone into Super Saiyan at this moment. Gorgas comes and goes. Her strongest Pokemon, Gardevoir, is finally out. Yeah, it dies to a one-shot Shadow Claw. Yeah. So much for Super Saiyan, more like freaking Ultra Instinct Lucario here. And with that, I am the new champion. It was a long, harsh journey, but my team did it. We did it. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. If you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified when I upload my next video. And leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.